Okay, so for my next simulation, I'm going to do water pouring over a cup of ice. As you can see here, I've kind of already got the scene set up. We have our 2 ice cubes and a cup, and then a little ball for the water emitter. Okay, so first, we're going to want to go up to particle fluids with our water emitter selected, and then click on emit particle fluid. Okay, it's going to ask you to select a fluid or a fluid box. Just click enter. It'll create a new one for you. Okay. Okay, so you're going to want to click on your Create Surface Volume node, and then go to the Velocity Volumes tab. Okay, this is gonna, you might have to scroll all the way up. It's all the way at the top. And then scroll down to the velocity checkbox. Then you're gonna click that checkbox, and then you're gonna see these little rainbow lines coming out from your water emitter. You're gonna want to change the numbers to make them kind of flow diagonally into your cup, but we don't want them to be too diagonal. Otherwise the water's just gonna shoot straight into the cup. We want like a sort of pouring look to it. Okay, so go back into your object mode and then select your cup. Then go to your rigid bodies tab and click static object so that the cubes in the water don't fall through the glass. Okay, so just to make sure that this is working correctly, you can double click to make sure that the attribute stuff is on there. Okay, so next we're going to want to click on your ice cubes. Just make sure when you're doing this to, whatever you do to one ice cube, do it to the other, since we have 2. And then click on RDB object, that's under your rigid bodies tab up at the top. Then, like I said, do it to both. And that will make them influenced by both the water and the cup and each other. Okay, next go to into your auto.network and then go to the cup node. You're going to want to and go to your cup node. Scroll down to uniform divisions right here, and we want to change it to 60. This will help prevent the liquid from leaking out of the cup. Okay. And at this point in the sim, your ice cubes might not move, so we're going to want to click on make sure to do it to both. Click on the ice cubes, and then we're going to want to click Use Deforming Geometry. That should make them move at this point. Okay. Next we want to go to our rigid body solver node and look at the solver engine. Right here at the top, we're going to want to change that to RBD. Then you want to go back to your cup node and uncheck Display Geometry. So if you scroll down a little bit, nope, scroll up. Yeah, unclick Display Geometry. That way we can kind of see when the water flows into the cup, we can actually see how the water is in the cup and how the ice cubes are moving around, so we don't have to worry about looking through geometry or anything like that. Okay, so next Okay, so next we're going to want to go to your flip fluid object, and then we're going to want to decrease the particle separation so that we get more particles for our water. We're going to use 0.05 for this simulation. Then we're going to decrease our grid scale to basically make the fluid more full, so to say. We're going to make this a 0.6. Then go to your flip solver and change the max subsets to 3 or 4 to make our calculations more accurate. And this will also kind of help the water stay in a thin container since our cup that we used was pretty thin. However, doing this, just keep it in mind, it is going to make your sim times a little longer. Okay, so after that, you're going to want to go to your volume motion tab, scroll down, find the solver tab, and then we're going to want to change the feedback scale to 1. This will allow the water to affect your geometry. Okay, so after this, you're going to want to go to your ice cube node over here and go to the physical tab and then find density. We're going to want to change that to 750. This is going to help the ice cubes float. Then you're going to want to make sure to remember to go to the other one and then change that as well. Your number will just kind of depend on how big your scene is. The bigger your scene, the bigger that number might need to be. Okay, so finally we're going to want to start setting our keyframe so our water stops emitting from our little emitter up there. Okay, so next, if you want to go to the bottom right hand corner and change auto update to manual. This is so when you start scrubbing through your timeline, it's not going to auto sim. We want our water to stop at frame 50, so put your time slider at 50. And then go to your source surface from water emitter, go to activation, right click, channels and keyframes, and then set your keyframe. And then you want to move 1 keyframe forward. You can press the little plus sign over here. Go back to your activation slider, change that to 0, then right click again, channels and keyframes, and then commit the change. And the sim I'm going to show you here is what this tutorial produces. Thanks.